word negotiation is not only used in business meetings or international politics. It is a daily life skill that shapes our relationships, careers, education, and personal success. From discussing salaries and solving family disagreements to convincing friends and making smart purchases, negotiation helps people communicate effectively and reach win win solutions. Mastering negotiation does not mean dominating others. It means understanding people, listening carefully, communicating confidently, and finding balanced solutions that benefit everyone involved. Great negotiators build trust, maintain respect, and create positive outcomes even during difficult conversations. Below are the most important questions with detailed answers and real life examples to help learners understand the art of negotiation in daily life. We are going to have a discussion with Sesame about it. Let me connect it.
What's up?
Hey, Sesame, how are you?
I'm doing great. How's your Sunday night treating you?
It's wonderful.
Glad to hear it. Any big plans for the week ahead?
Yeah, we are going to deep into the negotiation skills.
Negotiation skills. Nice. That sounds like a high stakes topic. Are you planning to teach it or are you the one doing the negotiating?
The one doing negotiation. What
Ooh,
is negotiation in daily life?
honestly, it's basically everything. It's whenever you're trying to find a middle ground with someone, like deciding where to eat dinner or convincing a kid to put on their shoes. That's all just low stakes negotiation. It's just the art of getting what you want without making the other person feel like they lost. Have you had any specific battles lately?
No?
Fair enough. Since you're diving into the
Okay.
skills this, you looking at a specific technique, or I'll be here whenever you're ready to dive into it.
Okay, the next question is, why is negotiation an important life skill?
Because it keeps you from settling for less than you're worth.
Hmm.
Whether it's a salary bump or just getting a better deal on a car, it's the difference between getting what you want and just taking what you're given. Plus, it's a
Okay.
huge exercise in empathy because you have to actually understand what the other person wants to find a win-win.
Okay.
It's a bit of a mental game, really.
Yeah.
By mental, I mean that it's as much about psychology as it is about the actual deal. You've got to read the room,
Mm.
manage your own emotions, and figure out the other person's hidden motivations. It's like a puzzle where the pieces are people's feelings and desires.
Okay, great. What are the key qualities of a good negotiator?
First off, patience. You can't rush a good deal. Then there's active listening, actually hearing what they're saying instead of just waiting for your turn to speak.
Mm.
Honestly, a bit of confidence. You have to believe your position is reasonable for the other person to believe it too.
Mm. Okay. And how does active listening improve negotiation?
It turns the table.
Mm.
Instead of just pushing your own agenda, you're gathering intelligence.
Mhm.
When people feel truly heard, they
Mhm.
drop their guard and start revealing what they actually care about, which is usually different from what they say they want.
Okay, great.
It's the secret weapon.
So
Once you know what's actually driving them, you can. You're very welcome. Since you're the one doing the negotiating this week, do you feel ready for it?
so you mean to say that it's a secret weapon, huh?
Absolutely.
Mm,
Most people go into negotiations thinking it's a battle of wills, but the person who listens the most usually ends up with the most leverage. It's
yeah,
subtle, but it's incredibly powerful.
yeah. Why is preparation important before negotiation?
Because walking in blind is a great way to lose.
Mm,
Preparation gives you your boundaries and your walk away point.
mm.
If you don't know exactly what you'll settle for, it's way too easy to get swept up in the moment and agree to something you'll regret later.
Okay, great.
Plus, it helps you anticipate the other person's arguments. If you can guess their move before they make it, you're already 3 steps ahead. Does that make sense?
Wonderful, yes. How can body language affect negotiation?
It speaks before you even open your mouth. If
Mm,
you're crossing your arms or avoiding eye contact or signaling that you're closed off or nervous. But if you're open and calm, it tells the other person you're confident and in control of the situation. It's basically a silent conversation happening right under the surface.
great. And how will he know his body language?
You look for the tells. Watch for things like leaning in when they're interested or glancing at the door when they're done. If they start fidgeting or crossing their arms, they're probably feeling defensive or uncomfortable. It's
Mm,
all about spotting the patterns.
okay. What
It's
is
like being a detective.
what is a
Go ahead,
win
what's on your.
negotiation?
I'm sorry, I'm not quite following. Did you mean a win win situation or maybe something about depreciation
Negotiation.
in
Win-win,
finance?
win-win negotiation.
That's the gold standard. It's when both sides walk away feeling like they got what they wanted. Instead of one person winning and the other losing, you expand the pie so there's more for everyone. It's
Mm,
about collaboration, not competition.
right, right. How can emotions
So
impact negotiation?
they can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. If you let them run the show, you'll probably make a decision based on anger or fear. But if
Mm,
you can manage them and the other persons, you can build a real connection that makes the deal happen. Do you usually stay pretty calm under pressure?
yes, I
That's a
stay calm.
huge advantage. Staying
Mm,
level headed is basically half the battle. It keeps you from reacting impulsively when things get tense. Do you have a
yeah,
specific strategy for keeping your cool?
I just walk away, or I just have a glass of water. Yeah,
The
it's
classic reset. Can we it works because it physically breaks the tension. Sometimes just a few seconds of silence or a sip of water is all you need to stop a spiral and get your head back in the game.
yeah, yeah, of course.
It's a
Why
simple move, but you were about to ask why something?
why is confidence important during negotiation?
Because if you don't believe in your own value, why
Mm.
should they?
Yeah.
Confidence is what makes your arguments feel reasonable. If
Mm.
you're hesitant or second guessing yourself, the other person can smell that and they'll use it as leverage to push you toward a deal that favors them.
Great. How can
Con-
negotiation help in family relationships?
non olli to a new tama and dollar babel held as every metro palmont tour. There's for poison being loving any click like a movie. And when you use negotiation to figure out what your partner or kids actually need, you stop fighting over the surface stuff and start solving the actual problem. It's basically a way to show the people you love that their needs matter as much as yours.
Great. What
It's a game
mistakes
changer.
what mistakes should people avoid during negotiation?
The biggest one is talking too much.
Hmm.
People get nervous and try to fill the silence, and in doing so, they often give away more than they need to or reveal their bottom line way too early.
Okay.
Also, avoid the ultimatum too quickly. If you
Hmm.
tell someone, take it or leave it, and they leave, you've just ended the conversation without a deal. Keep the door open as long as possible.
Hmm. Okay. And how can students use negotiation skills in education?
They can use it to carve out a better learning experience for themselves. Think about
Mhm.
negotiating for a project extension, asking for a different grading rubric, or even just collaborating with a professor to find a research topic that actually excites them. It transforms them from passive students into active partners in their own education.
Okay, great.
It's a really empowering shift for them. When students realize they have a voice in how they learn, they usually get way more invested in the actual work.
Mhm. Can negotiation improve career growth?
In a massive way. It's
Mhm.
not always about the salary negotiation, though that's the obvious one. It's about negotiating for the projects you actually want, the flexibility in your schedule, or even a title change that opens more doors. If you can't negotiate for your own growth, you're basically letting your company decide your ceiling.
Mhm. Okay. And
It's
how
a
can
tough
someone master negotiation in everyday life?
start small. Treat every little interaction as a low stakes practice round. Negotiate the price of a piece of fruit at a market or the chores with your partner. The more you do it in situations where you don't actually mind if you lose, the more natural it feels when the stakes actually matter. It's all about building that muscle memory.
Mhm. Can you please recommend us any pithy and comprehensible books for it?
For a start, you can't go wrong with Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. He's a former FBI hostage negotiator, so he brings this high intensity perspective to everyday deals. It's super practical and reads more like a series of stories than a textbook. If you want something more classic, Getting to Yes is the gold standard for that win win approach we talked about. Have you read any of those?
Getting to yes, huh?
Nice. That's a classic for a reason. It really sets the foundation for focusing on interests rather than positions. Since
Great,
you've already got that under your belt, you feel like the hostage negotiation side of things, the more psychological approach would be a good next step for you.
great. Okay,
I'm
Maya,
glad you're.
it was a wonderful discussion about negotiation skills. I would like to wrap it up, and then you will give a final touch to it. Okay.
It's it's been a blast thinking this with you.
Yeah.
Negotiation is really just a way of making the world a bit more collaborative. Whether you're handling a big deal this week or just figuring out dinner, remember that the best outcomes happen when you're listening more than you're talking. You've got the calm, the the, the tools, and the mindset. You're gonna crush it.
Okay. Dear viewers, negotiation is truly an art that empowers individuals to handle life's challenges with wisdom, confidence, and respect. Whether in personal relationships, education, business, or global communication, effective negotiation creates opportunities, strengthens trust, and promotes peaceful solution. In a rapidly changing world, mastering negotiation is no longer optional, it is essential for success and personal growth. People who learn to negotiate wisely become better leaders, stronger communicators, and more understanding human beings. Remember, the best negotiators do not seek to defeat others, they seek to build bridges, create understanding, and achieve solutions that benefit everyone. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Maya, and thanks a lot, viewers. It was a very nice discussion with Maya. See you in the
It
next.
was truly my.
Yeah.
See you then. Take care.
See you in the next episode, and bye for now.
Bye for now. Can't wait for the next one.